don't go in the water at all, do you?
Some bad hat, Harry.
I think that I am familiar with the fact that you are going to ignore this particular problem until it swims up and bites you on the ass.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
So hi, welcome to Binge Buddies. The Teeth of the Sea. I almost said the wrong one again. Your host is always Brian Dressel. With me as always is Matt, Zombie Dog, Tiger Shark, Dykes.
Oh, I wonder what we're doing here.
I know, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be so hard to guess what we're doing. We also have Joel, Nurse Shark, DeWitt.
I'm waiting for you to slip in Killer Whale sometime in between these.
Well, we also have Ryan, Blue Shark, Lutens. Any guess on what those nicknames are?
They're tortoises.
Nailed it.
Wet
Boats.
mammals.
Wet mammals. Sure. Yep. You got half of it right.
Names of amoebas.
See, wet. Why do you guys choose the most weird way to say wet mammals? Just does not flow out of your mouth very well. It just sounds wrong.
Would you rather us say moist mammals?
Ugh, no.
You're really murdering this intro right now.
Speaking of that intro, thank you again to John, who puts together our intros, and Brock for helping pull the clips. Because when they asked me to pull clips, I pulled a bunch that had copyright shit all over them, and they couldn't use them, so they had to go source better ones. I will say they asked me for clips, and I pulled clips from all 4 movies. And that's what they picked. So,
hey, cocaine's in there.
That's true. That's true. But I was like, I sent a lot, and every quote is from the first one. I'm like,
that's okay.
Kind of tips our hat a little bit, and I'm so happy with it. I think it looks great. But every time I hear Bad Hat Harry, all I think is Bryan Singer, and I'm like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But it's such a good moment. I understand why he named a company after it, because it is a bad hat, and fuck Harry. He just seems like an asshole. So here we are. We're going swimming for the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, if you count the breakdown. And I'm very excited to do it. I don't know how we ended up at Jaws. Was it just because of the 50th and Ryan wanted to do it? Was there another reason that we got here? I don't remember.
I think so.
You're welcome.
There was a little bit of we need an in-between between the sort of heavy horror or fear stuff. I think that was a piece of it.
Yeah, because we were going to go straight from Evil Dead to our next one, which I don't want to say what it is quite yet, but it's nice having something planned this far in advance. Not really our style, but
I was going to say it's not like us at all.
Yeah.
Because we wanted short.
Yeah, we wanted a nice break before we dive into the next somewhat longer one. Because the next one's all
yes,
and it
this
is
could
pretty
be
long.
considered horror. There's also a lot of action adventure.
Yeah, this one,
at least in the first one.
The first one definitely walks the line of horror and action adventure. The rest are all just either action adventure or just straight up fucking garbage.
Yep. Look at you, number 4, in the best way possible.
I love number 4. It is
so bad. It's good.
It's borderline unwatchable. It is it annoys you. You're just why am I doing this to myself?
I'm having fun. I'm having fun.
And making the mom the main character, and she just cannot carry a movie. She does her best, God damn it, she tries. But
she's really great at supporting, as we're about to talk about.
She is. She's great in this movie. And the fact they got her back is impressive.
Yeah.
But not a good movie. But we'll get to that in a few weeks. First, we have to start with what is widely considered one of the best movies of all time. Easily considered, and I would actually agree with this one of the best summer movies of all time, and kind of kicked off the summer blockbuster fest that we are still living in today. One of the most influential movies of all time, made horror a more approachable genre. We've covered a lot of horror in our past that was not approachable, and Jaws broke through that shit like it was nothing. Here it is yep, we're scary as hell. People are going to die. It's bloody as fuck, and everyone is going to see it. Which I think is one of the most impressive things in a movie at all. Just pulling that off is impressive. I put that as one of the coolest things I've heard of in the horror genre. Because as a huge fan of horror, it comes with a very big Yeah, you don't have to see it. Like I get it. Like if it's too scary, but Jaws is the one that everyone can see, which is both, great and also kind of sparks a conversation of like, what is it that makes it that approachable? Which I'm sure Ryan's gonna have a fuckload of answers for us today about. But really quick, has everyone seen Jaws before today? Looking at Joel.
I had, but here's the thing. I didn't realize it until about 10 minutes into the movie where I went, wait, this stuff looks kind of familiar.
Well, at least it was only 10 minutes. You didn't get to the end and go, I think I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Oh, the air tank. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I've seen this one.
Are you talking about just this year? How many, do you want me to tell you how many times I've seen it just this year or in my life?
Sure, that'd be a fun number.
In my lifetime.
Just this year. Why are you tracking how many? Yeah, go for it.
I always watch it on June 20th because that's when it came out. It's my birthday's the day before, so why not celebrate yourself with your favorite movie? Yep. But I'm seeing it at the end of August because that's when it's going to be on IMAX, and I watched Jaws 4 in January because it's a winter movie. So I watch these movies regularly. Yeah. 3 not so much, but
I'm not a fan of 3. I've only seen 2 and 3 once each, and I'm not a huge fan of either one of them. But we'll get into that next week with 2.
Yeah. But I've been watching this movie at least once a year, every day of my life, and I am 39 years old. So I've seen it quite a bit. That's fair. I've seen this one a bunch. It's not my favorite movie. It's not like it's not even my favorite summer movie, but I get that it's fantastic. I don't remember I don't remember the first time I saw it. I know I was way too young when the first time I saw it because it's one of those. It's PG. Anyone can watch it. Like we're all millennials. Our parents didn't really give that much of a fuck. So it's just like naked lady.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was like and then
first 2 minutes.
And then like it's within the first 10 minutes, right, where the kid gets eaten on the raft, and it's like the blood is just like exploding behind him. I'm just like, out. Mom. Sure. And then by the end with Quint going into the shark, I'm just like, what am I watching? And my mom's like, it's a good movie, right? I'm like, I guess.
By the way, I never want to swim ever again.
Ever. My aunts, famously, my grandpa, who gave no fucks when it came to watching movies with kids, just absolutely none. I was 5 years old and he showed me falling down. Like he just was like, it's a movie, you're fine. It's all make believe. Like zero fucks. He took my aunt to go see this when it came out, and she was 5 years old. She still to this day does not go swimming in the beach unless it's part of a triathlon, and then it's like she has to take anxiety medicine just to do the swimming. It's like it's too much for her. Like, she wouldn't take baths after watching this movie. Like it messed with her head. So it's like this movie was effective.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the first time I saw it, I was maybe 7 or 8, and the next time we went on a holiday where we had a pool. Every time I was in that pool underwater, I started like seeing sharks. And I kept having to I just started like sort of swimming underwater with like goggles and stuff like that as well. And yeah, I was like going up and down like so much, just like, there's a shark down there. At one point I thought there was like, the little grate thing that's in the swimming pool. At one point I thought a shark was going to come out of there.
Yeah.
It's really effective.
I feel everything you're saying, man.
And the weird thing is, like, watching it as an adult, it's not that scary of a movie. Like it's sort of fine. Like, but like not saying like the movie's great, but like as far as like the horror elements go, like it's not that bad.
This is what I'm gonna say is, well, and we'll get into it. It's all about the shock value. You remember the first time you watched it.
Yeah.
That's the kicker with this movie, and you can almost remember every moment that you have watched this movie as it plays out. You can remember how you felt in the moment when you first saw it, because after that you're just like, okay, there's a shark in the water, and you know exactly who's going to die and when when the head's going to pop out from the bottom of the boat. You watch the first time and you are scared shitless, especially when the head pops out.
The head, when I was a kid, the head didn't get me much. What got me the most when I was a kid was that you're going to need a bigger boat moment when he's chumming over the thing and the shark just pops out. Scared the fuck out of me. Like, that was my way too big of a moment.
It's because it's that thing of like, you don't know that it's there, and they do a really good job of hiding the shark in the water to the point where like by the time you see it, it's broken the surface, and
it's huge,
and it's It's huge. It's edited so well as well. Like you go from the shot of the perspective of the shark coming up. You then have the reverse shot of like him popping into frame, like the cigarette just kind of like dangling from his, and then he just sort of like staggers backwards, like his eyes still looking out the back of that boat, and then just like you're gonna need a bigger boat.
Well, and even like the turn of the head, but still it's just the eyes that are moving.
Yeah,
went.
It's like he can't look away.
He's still got his body this way to make sure he knows if it's here.
What I love about that as well is like everyone knows that you're gonna need a bigger boat line. What I don't think like most people who know that line realize is that he keeps going on about getting a bigger boat for a good solid 5 minutes after that. It's like when they're going back, it's like we're going for a bigger boat, right?
And Quinn's like, gotta make it work.
And it's one of the most misquoted lines in movie history. Like, what is? I always remember. I always remember the line. But what is like the actual? Is it we're gonna need a bigger boat? Yeah. It's no your. Oh well. People tried. Ryan, I gave you a new name.
That's actually the name I was thinking of when we were passing out names.
We're gonna need a bigger boat?
No, Shark Enthusiast.
Oh, nice.
Great minds, motherfucker.
To be fair, like misquoted lines is a big thing though. Like you think of like, you know, one of the most famously misquoted lines of all time, Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
It doesn't say Luke, I am your father.
No,
I am your father. Yeah.
Noah, I'm your father. His name drums are off.
Yeah.
That's what it says on your birth certificate.
Which you've never seen because you grew up on some desert piece of shit planet that I couldn't find for some reason, even though I grew up on that same planet. There's problems in the Star Wars telling.
and I was holding the birth certificate when I went into the lab, so part of it's burnt off as well. So
yeah. There's some gaping holes in the Star Wars. We'll do Star Wars at some point. I don't know why we've avoided it. Like mostly because I just don't want to watch Rise of Skywalker again.
I was just gonna say, like Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we haven't done it.
You know what? When eventually we do it, we're gonna look back fondly on Jaws 4. Like that wasn't as bad as it was.
I still look fondly on Jaws. I know that it is a polished piece of shit, and I enjoy every minute of it.
I'll rephrase. We'll look back fondly on Hobbs and Shaw.
Nah, I don't care how bad Rise of Skywalker is. It can't be that bad.
Just you wait.
You're talking about a beige room versus a padded room with spikes on the floor. Like it yeah.
I don't know which was which in that analogy.
I don't either.
Yeah, I lost friends too. It's fine. Yeah.
I mean, I've been in a padded room before, so you know, spent a few months in one of them before. Moving on.
Yeah, but you want a trampoline for a fun bouncy bounce, not like stabbing your feet with every step.
Yeah, that's true. The padded room that I was in didn't have stabby stabs. Just had like a jacket that like my arms are stuck behind my back.
Just the way Joel just so calmly said, you know, a good bouncy bounce was just so casual. It's like, what? But don't you all want a good bouncy bounce?
So bouncy bounce. So Nick and Woman running.
Yeah, let's dive into Jaws.
Perfect segue.
Nailed it. Although she's running with her back turned, so there's very little bouncy bounce. But you know, I get what you're doing.
There's implied bouncy bounce.
There's implied bouncy bounce. I love Jaws for the very sheer reason of it's the only movie where being too drunk to swim saved a life. What an effective opening, though. Like, and it's one that's gotten both better and worse with age, I think. And that's not a critique against the film. It's that it was shot so perfectly on film that as it's gotten clearer and 4Ks and all the restorations, you can see them struggling with how much do we show. Like you can feel the like, I don't know how to dial this in because like the sunrise below it used to be kind of blurry and out of focus, and now it's like
a blue tint, and now it's like, oh, sunset.
And it's like I appreciate the struggle that they go through with upresing this because I still think it works. I still think they're nailing it, but it's a very different vibe than when I watched this on VHS when I was a kid.
There's a few bits in that opening as well where I was watching it this time. I was thinking to myself, I wonder if they shot this day for night.
It was the day.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, because there's a few things. It looks like they've just kind of done like a blue sort of like color wash and stuff like that to make it seem like it's nighttime.
one of the originals is that it was dark. It was darker with like a blue tint, and then as the restorations came, it became a blue tint, and now with the even further, it's you see that sunset and it's almost light.
Yeah.
So
Which kind of like it gives it a different feel, and like not a bad one. Like I don't think it's a problem, but this taking place in the dead of night when everyone's like lost is different than it's sunset, and like they're just not that far down the beach. Like they could have been there. Like it almost makes it a little bit more tragic.
It makes it better because it's almost like these are people that are getting in town just to sit around a fire and have a beer as the sun's going down and it's just enjoying their night, and then this happens.
And it makes it scarier as well because all of this is happening not that far away from those people,
right?
And nobody knows. So like this horrific thing is going on, and then it would have been brilliant if there's just like a cut to the beach and there's someone there with a guitar going da, 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 and then cut back to like her being like dragged across the water.
Well, but see, that
should have done that.
That's where I'm going to say that's what makes it even more scary is when they cut back to dude passed out on the beach. You don't hear anything. You just hear the wave.
Yeah. It's just a
you
silence.
You don't hear her screams, or it shows how far out she is, how much she's drowning as she's trying to survive. It just makes it that much more. And then the edits to go back, man. Verna Fields is ahead of her fucking time in 1975. She deserved this Oscar tooth and nail. But to go back to have that gurgling and sound design one as well, really visceral, and you have to suspend disbelief because like a shark attack would never be like this, especially with how big.
Like the dragging around the water,
the dragging. But it is just in that moment, it is just so visceral, and you have to suspend belief that this is a monster.
Well, but at that point, how many people were really that knowledgeable about sharks?
Right.
Exactly. This is the film that launched the sort of a lot of people getting knowledgeable about sharks, and it's actually it was like a bad thing because people started seeing the film and thinking that's what sharks are actually like. Oh my god, they're gonna eat humans. It's like reality is sharks don't like the taste of humans, but they don't know that it's so basically. It would
you're like a baby seal. Like, no.
Well, Peter Benchley was like, "Oh, I messed up," and he became a huge advocate for great white sharks and sharks in general after this. Because he realized how much his novel brought forth the movie that destroyed this image of what sharks are. Where they're just animals that they don't have any higher learning. They run on instinct.
No, Richard Dreyfuss nails it in his description. Like they're eating machines. Like they just swim, they eat, and they make little sharks. Like that's what they do.
Yeah. That's the thing with the shark as well. Like if it bites a human, it sort of goes, I don't like that, and then leaves it. The problem is it's a shark. So when they've taken the bite out of you, depending on where they've taken the bite, you're probably gonna die.
And it also depends on how hungry the shark is. Like if it's a super hungry shark and it bites a human, it's like me eating a kale salad. It's like, fuck, I guess I gotta finish it. I'm not gonna enjoy the meal, but a meal's a meal.
Well, and see, like the movie also goes on to share like it's gotten a taste. And so it's territorial now. And so everything about this movie is so well done, especially when it comes to a rogue shark. But this opening, because even Steven Spielberg has gone to say, he goes, I want to show the shark in the first kill. He goes,
so glad he didn't. Would have ruined it.
A lot of people have said that. And he even
the only reason they didn't is because the shark prop was down for repair.
The shark was down all the time. They wanted to show the shark
all the time,
when the Alex Kittner boy died. I mean, that footage just showed up in the 50th anniversary thing that Disney Plus put out. But I'm glad it didn't. I mean, pulling her side to side was so effective, and how they did that. And even the kid like that. Just the fountain of blood behind him is way better than seeing a big robot shark. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
You need the discomfort of the unknown.
Yeah. Yes.
For something like this.
And this movie
and the slow acceleration until you get to that crescendo at the end. You show your hand too much with that. You start seeing the seams of a monster like that a little too much, and it removes some of the threat to it. We've been talking a little bit about the mixture between horror and action adventure for this. I almost think it's more horror and suspense that they're towing the line behind.
It's very Hitchcockian.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's part of why I liked it a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, even they pulled a Hitchcock Zolly at that one point.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
But there's just something really special about how they really hide that a bit. And in context, hearing the actual dun dun dun, it's been done so much out in the public sphere that it becomes kind of a joke. But in context, it really makes you feel unsettled.
Yeah,
it does.
It does.
And what's great about that is that's all because the shark didn't work as much as they wanted it to work.
Right.
So they were like, well, we need to somehow show the shark is there without showing the shark. So
And
John
that's
Williams comes up with that.
Yep.
No. It's just very simple, but every time you hear that, you know the shark's nearby.
And you get it,
Like-
and that's established right at the start of the movie. It's that because that's how it opens. You are in the shark's perspective as it's hunting, and this music is going. And
it is an amazing opening
Soundtrack.
shot. Like the soundtrack, amazing, yeah. But that opening shot is so amazing. It's like there's something very pure cinema about that. In that it's like it's letting you experience something you would never experience. You are a shark in that moment. You are the shark's eyes, and then like you've got that music that's keying you into like, okay, so every time this plays, the shark's around. It's a fantastic way of setting up that, like, you know, this is the shark's music. This is what it's like to be a shark. Now go.
And what's great for the suspense of everything is the fact that now that they've established that, anytime you're underwater, you don't know if you're looking in the viewpoint of the shark. And what's really great, and I don't know if anybody else picked up on this, when there's no music, it's not the shark. When there's music, it's the shark.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like every time you hear that, it's like
When he
the
kills
shark.
the Gittner boy, it's the music's going. So
Yeah.
Moving forward a little bit, I have to talk about my biggest complaint with this movie, and it's right out of the beginning. This movie sets something up that's incredible, and then never pays it off. Ryan, do you know what I'm talking about? You have any guesses?
No.
Okay, so this movie sets up that there is a roving gang of karate kids karateing fences.
Oh,
and they never pay it off.
Karateing the fences. Chief, look what they did to my head.
Why is there never a shot of a kid trying to karate a shark? Like, what the fuck?
Maybe that's what Alex was doing when he's being pulled.
So what you're saying is this is a prequel to the Karate Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Or Three Ninjas.
Or Three Ninjas. But we don't know because they didn't pay it off.
But you know, what I just to go to your point, the introduction of Chief Brody, not Sheriff Joel, Chief Brody, is the fact that he's trying to get used to island life, and island life is so mundane. He is a fish out of water because he's from New York, and it's very keyed in that he's from New York. I think he's got some of he's the best character art in the whole thing. But it is the greatest character introduction because you see this guy who is definitely a fish out of water in terms of this giant island life, you know, and I think that this moment that we have with him, it's like we meet him and then there's another death. And then, you know, there's more to his development. And I think that Roy Scheider really kills this. All three of the main gentlemen, Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw all kill their roles.
Oh, don't take the mayor out of that. The mayor is fucking incredible in this.
He's as a supporting, yes. Murray Hamilton.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Yeah, I wish they would have kept the mob plot, but that is what it is. That's from the book. But
glad they got rid of the.
I think the pacing
plot.
of the story
good
and showing all these characters is really good.
Yeah. But anyhow, so moving forward a little bit. So the shark attack happened, and I like the way that it's like Sheriff Brody's just immediately just
shark attack.
So this was a shark attack. Like clearly we need to start.
Well, even the
forward.
coroner said it.
Yeah, it's like clearly this was a shark attack. No, boating accident. It's like, get the fuck out of here. And like I love watching this movie because it's a frustrating watch. Like because it's that thing where, I mean, given current climate, you'd like to believe like a government wouldn't do this, but it is just exceedingly believable that they'd put profits over people. And like that's what this movie's government does repeatedly, even to the point where he puts his own kids at danger because if he didn't open the beach, they wouldn't make as much money. And it's like from like a purely, capitalistic point of view. I understand that argument, but at the same time, you're not gonna make money either if everyone's dead. So maybe solve the problem.
Well,
It's that scene where they're on the beach and he's going around to like the local, the islanders, the actual islanders, going, "Come on, go in the water. No one's going in the water. You go in the water. Take your." He says kids, but they're way too old to be those parents.
grandparents.
They've got great grandparents, more like. Jesus. But yeah, like, and then they get, and just you can see this like, there's so like fear. But they get up and they do as the dutiful islanders do to help the mate. And it is like just leading the lambs to the slaughter. And he's almost like the Grim Reaper going, go in the water. Go in the water.
Brian, I'm glad you brought that up. And you guys are going to have to cut me off because this is my favorite movie of all time. Like I've seen
all right, you're done. Going on. And
kill his mic.
The ferry scene. And just his power and influence is very felt.
Yeah,
when they're Chief Brody.
Oh, it's
that scene is a brilliant thing of just very subtly showing his power, because we had the coroner on the phone saying it's a shark attack, blah 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 blah, and then we've got the coroner then with the mayor. They're going, no, I think this is actually a boating accident. Like, I think I was mistaken.
The mayor leads them on a boating accident.
Yeah,
I even like the callback of like, you would change your report? Yes, I'd change my report. Like, what the fuck? Like, so frustrating. And then we're still within the first 10 minutes of the movie, and then the boy gets killed. The ball's on Spielberg to kill a child right out of the gate. Like,
Peter Benchley to kill, and a dog. Remember, there is a dog on that beat. People love dogs, man.
I mean, I agree, but like when you have to kill both a kid and a dog in the same scene, I'm going to talk more about killing a kid because the kid's
more visceral. You don't see the dog.
I mean, horror movies kill dogs in the beginning of most horror movie franchises. So like that's kind of like you're in the right zone to kill dogs. I'm not saying you should kill dogs. It's fucked up. But if you're going to, in the beginning of a horror movie, that's usually when it happens.
Stop killing all the good boys.
Yeah, I love dogs. I wouldn't kill them either. If I made a horror movie, I wouldn't kill no dogs.
The gushing blood is a lot, and
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's just like a jet or something underwater, like a massive jet just going.
Yep. So they originally wanted to show the shark coming up and taking the boy down, and then blood coming up. They kept the blood coming up, and then they're like, all right, let's just push the boy up too. And so they had divers under there, and they pushed him up, and that's why he's like, oh shit.
Yep. Which is like, so my wife really wants to show my son this movie. My son is 7, and every time one of these things happen, I'd pause it and just look at her and go like, you still want to show this to him? You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
So far, fine. I watched RoboCop when I was 7. I turned out fine.
What about that
But when we're on that beach and the boy's getting attacked, that's where we get the Hitchcockian Zolly, and it's so effective.
So effective.
Like if you're not like a film buff, like Hitchcock is unfortunately kind of falling out of favor. Like not like people are tired of him or don't like him anymore, but like as we've gotten further and further away from him, Gen Z I don't think gives one fuck about Hitchcock, and it's not like it's a bad thing, but it's kind of like how we were like Three Stooges. Some of us liked it, some of us didn't, but it was kind of out of the popularity. Jaws is still there, so like you still get those effects that like started with that very Hitchcock stuff, and it's cool seeing it, and it's like knowing when to use it. Like it's not like it's overused in the movie. It's only the one shot, right, Ryan?
It's just the one shot.
That's it.
And it's so effective. Like that's why it's part of our opening credits, because it is just like that is such a Jaws sequence, and it's not because someone's getting killed. It's a little boy that Sheriff Brody, knew.
No, Chief Brody.
What? Fuck it. I don't care. Mr. Brody. Mr. Brody knew there was a shark out there. He knew it. He knew it in his bones. And he was bullied into allowing the beaches to be open. And what happens? A kid dies right in front of him. And it's like that Zolly is just like that poop.
Oh, shit. I messed up.
Like it's just like, I fucked it up. I fucked it up so bad. And
it's not just the camera shot that makes it work. It's Roy Scheider's acting as well.
Yes,
the way that he's sort of like, as he's kind of like he's leaning forward almost, or like even if he's not actually leaning forward, it looks like he's leaning forward, and it's like, oh my god! And it's that sort of the look on his face is just pure shit.
The man doesn't have to say anything, and his looks say everything.
Yeah,
from the girl getting pushed up on the shoulders, like. He's on
This is a
it.
Lucas movie. There'd be a VO going, no. Thank God it's not.
I mean, if there was a Lucas movie, there'd be like a CGI shark, like a shark CGI shark band playing in the background or something like that.
Jumping out of the water and taking him down.
Yeah, whilst playing a tuba or something.
Hey, that's still good music.
I'm just trying to think of the Jaws music.
It's up like a drum
from the water.
Oh boy. The moment when everybody gets out of the water after they see the kids dead and everyone clears out and you have the one mom like, I don't have my kid. Fucking brutal. Now, granted, she looks super old to be a mom, but I'm not going to be too mad about that. It was the 70s, but people looked older back then for some reason, which is really weird, but that's a topic for a different day.
And they hired Islanders. They actually hired Islanders from Martha's Vineyard. If you want, like when she goes and confronts Chief later, like the dude she's with is old.
Yeah, that's true. And they had like a 6-year-old boy. So you know what?
Right.
Medical miracles happen all the time. So, you know, good for them for having their little kid. Unfortunately, the kid's no longer with us. But it is like, she sells it of just like, where's my son? Like, fuck.
The panic in her voice is
oof.
Yeah. Hard to watch.
Yeah, as a kid watching this, I'm just like, all right, the death scene's done. Can we move on? As a parent, whoa, that one hits real hard now.
Yeah.
It's just the way she's like, Alex?
And her friend
Alex?
kind of like she doesn't know where to look.
Yeah.
And what's great though is she never looks back.
Yeah. She knows to look towards the water.
Right.
Yeah. She knows where he is and she doesn't want to know. Like it's good. I mean, it's bad. It's very, very bad. But it's a great well-made sequence.
The cut is fantastic though, because he goes from her
to the raft,
like looking out, and then you just see his little Lilo thing with the blood as well in the water. It's the editing on this film is just spectacular as well. Like it's everything is working so well. Like it is, like people say, like the 70s was like a change in the landscape of film, and it's true.
Oh yeah.
Like you have these like Spielberg becoming what he is.
Lucas,
you've got Lucas, Coppola, Scorsese,
yeah.
Like Milius as well, like John Milius. I think he was more of a writer, but you know what I mean. Like at that point, he was more of a writer. But all these people are like coming up at the same time, and there's just this sort of more creativity going on. Like, you know, there is the sort of the nods to like the old school, like, you know, Hitchcock and you know, all that kind of stuff, but they're doing something different as well. And it is it's that sort of the use of editing, I think, becomes way more impressive in these kinds of films.
Editing and music, man, like this, like it's a masterclass in that.
There's a reason why this movie won editing, soundtrack, and sound.
Yeah, but like not just that too. It's like it's its character. So like right after this kid dies is when we get Richard Dreyfuss, and like
no, we get Robert Shaw. It's the town meeting, and it's
right. Then we get that sequence, which has been mocked to death, which a lot of this movie has. But every time like that sequence happens, like I can't take it serious anymore, because like as soon as it happens, I just see everyone who's made like jokes of it. Which actually I have a clip queued up for something that comes later in the movie, because it's just it warms my heart. Like when you see it's like when The Matrix came out, every fucking comedy made fun of The Matrix for about 5 years, and then it all kind of fell off. Jaws still gets referenced for these scenes because they're so well done in the movie, but now watching it just still kind of makes me laugh. But like as soon as he does like the nails on the chalkboard and like the whole like I'll kill it for this, like I'll attack it for this, but then I'll kill it for this, and everyone's like, get the fuck out of here. And just that shit-eating grin he has when he's talking, every single line of like, you guys are fucked, and I know you're fucked.
And
so
every time we see Quint, up until the point where they're going out to get it, he's looking at all the people trying to go out and get it and just laughing at them.
Yeah.
But
Every time you see him go past on the orca in one sequence, and he's just looking at them all, and he's just going. And you know inside he's just thinking they're gonna fucking die.
What's great about this introduction is this moment of introduction really makes him the antithesis, because after this you have the two dudes with the holiday ham or roast.
Oh god, yeah.
And they're bumbling idiots. Can we go home now? And then you've got all the farmer, and that's when we get Richard Dreyfuss. But like, you know, all these boats are coming together, and there's just Quint on his giant ass boat, just watching it all unfold. And it's the pacing of this story and how characters are introduced is so well done. It makes you so much vested, because from that meeting you see this town go stupid, and it works.
And I particularly like you glitched for a second. You're okay. The character, like I'm blanking out his name now. Richard Dreyfuss's character, Hooper to me, I think is when I saw this the first time, which made me. He's the character that made me feel okay. Like, he's not comedic relief, but he's funny. He's not an idiot. He's clearly like the smartest guy in the room, but he's also not a genius. Like, he's like a relatable, just kind of like collegiate badass, which is not a phrase I think I've ever used, but like, but he wears it well. Like, you get the fact that he knows what he's talking about. He's not the most experienced, but he has experience, and he's just there to help. And like, I really appreciate like his approach.
He's there for the science.
Yeah, he's just there, and he shows such respect for the sharks, even while knowing he needs to kill that shark. It's a very interesting character that he has to pull off, and Dreyfuss fucking nails it.
Well, there's that line, like, I can't remember what the leading line is. It's something about like you're scared of sharks or you hate sharks, something like that. But he turns around and says, "No, I love sharks. Like, I love them." And you believe that as well. Mm-hmm. Like you just, the way that he delivers that line, you're like, no, this guy does actually love sharks. It's just this one is killing people, and unfortunately, there's no way to get it to just sort of move on. Like the way that it is, it's basically, as he says, it's staked a claim to the waters surrounding Amity. So the only way to deal with it now is to kill it.
They could have killed a friend of the shark and then left, and then it would have followed them to exact revenge. Like, I don't know why they didn't think of that.
Let's go to the Bahamas. What I enjoy about again, the top three build actors have the greatest introductions. With Hooper, you know, we talked about the first two. With Hooper, he comes to help. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he does what he's just trying to find the chief, and he gets kind of rolled over and everything. And he goes, "Can you tell those guys to stop?" And he goes to tell them. And as they're sitting there making fun of him, he goes, "They're all going to die." I love how much the locals hate him immediately. Yeah. He's not an islander. Yeah. Like, the whole, like, he has recommend like a restaurant or a hotel or something. Yeah, take a step forward. Just like, but he's very bright. He's himself. He's all this stuff. He meets Chief Brody. He shakes hands, and then he does the autopsy. And it is, you can tell from his characterization that this is a big, big problem.
Well, it's a big problem, and like that's why I get excited about, like, he has experience, but he's not the most experienced.
Right. He's never seen it before.
Yeah. When he takes the sheet off, and instead of finding a body, he finds chunks. It's like he has trouble with it.
Right.
And he has a lot of trouble with it, but he holds with it. He's got to finish his job. He's like, I need a glass of water. Okay. So, and it's like the thorax got cut here. And like, he just goes through all of it. And then at the end, he's like, okay, I'm done. Like, water on the face. Like, whoa, that was a lot. This wasn't a fucking boat, you idiot. Like,
yeah. What I like about that as well is
it certainly wasn't Jack the Ripper.
It's done so subtly. It's like, you know, he's probably done this a couple of times before, but he's not doing autopsies all the time. So the way that he sort of like he reacts to it is like, yes, this might be the first time he's done it, it might be the second or third, but it's like it's not something he does that often. So he's not got numb to the fact that, oh, this is just a mangled corpse that, like, I'm guessing a lot of people who do autopsies just look at them and disassociate that. You can see that he's still young.
Yeah. It's the way he's describing everything, like all the organs have been flushed out. I'm like, oh God, this is horrible.
I always took it as this was something like he had read about but never done. Like he might have like seen like animals that had been attacked by a shark, but I don't think he'd ever seen a human. Like that's how I always read the scene. Was like
possibly, yeah, like he's looked at animals.
Still my first time. Like it felt like, oh man, like this. I'm in it now. That's how I always took the scene. There's no dialogue to give me that, but that's kind of how I read the performance of like, oh shit, this is a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that sends the town on this crazy hunt to go find a shark.
A shark.
And they do.
Yeah.
And
everyone's happy. Yay.
Everyone's so excited.
That shark is tiny. Like it's like a little baby shark.
But they're so proud of it, you know. They've done such a,
they did it. Yay.
Even Brody's like, "Oh, you did it!" Like,
oh yeah,
and he caught the shark.
And I love that they caught a shark, not the shark.
Oh, yeah,
the tiger shark.
So I'm gonna pull up a clip right here because if I'm talking about, you know, how everyone has ripped off Jaws and made fun of Jaws and emulated Jaws, this very show, started with a love for a different show, and I gotta play it.
I'm so glad.
Which one of you captured him?
It was tunnel vision.
I was just tunneling Rat Island, man, and then this guy pops out. It's him, Blue Morpho. There's probably a secret lair around here, if he didn't self-destruct it already.
I had, if you could see it, is extended in gratitude.
That's a homeless guy dressed up kind of like the Blue Morpho. It's ridiculous. This is a Halloween mask.
A what?
A tiger shark.
Every time I watch the scene in Jaws now, I don't hear that actor saying "a what?" I hear tunnel vision going "a what?"
Because like even as a kid, that "oh what?" is so funny. But the fact that like Public and Hammer did that and just were like, holy shit, that's just too good. That entire episode is a Jaws reference. If you've never watched Venture Brothers, go back. At least watch that one episode if you're a fan of Jaws, because it's so good.
Yeah, Red Death doing
they have the Quint
fingers
scene.
on the...
Yep, and that's where we get my favorite line of the I only have 2 skills: brick throwing and frog being. It's Venture Brothers is fucking. It's my favorite show. I'm not sure if you guys knew that. But still, that moment on the beach with Richard Dreyfuss, just like immediately going like, "That's a cool shark you caught." Not what we're looking for.
Well, that's the thing, like, everyone's, like, congratulating each other. They're all patting themselves on the back. Dreyfuss is measuring the bite radius. He's literally just there with the tape measure in the background. They don't focus on it. You get, like, one very quick shot of it, of, like, Dreyfuss actually doing it. But then in the rest of it, it's him in the background. And then he just kind of turns around.
Get out of the frame. Like
it's like, young man. And then at that point,
Richard Dreyfuss is a young man because he's like 80, but you know, in the movie he was.
But it does a really good job of adding to the kind of seriousness and tension of what's happening because the community is so hungry for peace. They're so hungry for resolution from this thing that they're willing to take this guppy and hopefully, you know, ensure each other, you know, calm everybody down and be able to go back to some sense of normalcy. And then it's just a big disappointment when he goes out. Nope, too little. You're not.
But I also
what kills the celebration is the mom coming and she literally slaps reality back into
that was striking. It really was.
But it's also like I don't disagree with the mayor in that sequence. If this was the shark, cutting it open and having whatever remains of that boy spill out in the dock.
Kids spill out all in the dock.
That would have been fucked up. I don't think he's wrong. I think he's wrong to not do it in general.
Especially his mom's coming up. Jesus.
Yeah. Like,
but maybe can you imagine that? Like just the mom's coming up. It's like
Alex. Ah! We found Alex. He didn't look too good.
Part of him.
But no, like take it to a warehouse or something and open it up and double check.
That's what they do.
Which they eventually do. Well, not.
Yeah, but the mayor doesn't want them to do it at all, though.
Before you throw a party about it. How about that?
Yeah. Like, get confirmation. Like, you know, you have a shark expert who's basically saying, like, we could open it up and check that it is actually the shark. You can't, you know, let's confirm this. And the mayor's just like, no, it's the shark. I'm not going to open it up. We're just going to, like, you know, we'll keep it in storage, then we'll just, like, go sink it somewhere later. And it's just like, maybe take it to that storage place and actually open it up, though.
probably a good idea as they learn as yet another guy dies. I always kind of forget about that death scene because I always remember Brody's kid being in the water, and then I always kind of forget there's just some poor schmo who's like, fuck my leg.
That's the bit with the leg. So that's
the guy in the estuary. But no, I mean Ben Gardner. I mean that's they try to go find Ben Gardner first, and that's when they realize, oh shit, we have a bigger problem.
That's true. Yeah. But that
they go out on the boat first, don't they?
Yep. And they go. I mean, and it sets up one of the greatest. I mean, if you think about movie theaters nowadays, they'll do like reaction shots. Like studios will go in on purpose and record reactions.
Yep.
This is one of the most early recordings that they've ever done. Is people jumping when Ben Gardner's head pops into the hole. And so like it was genuinely terrifying, and it was filmed in a pool. It was filmed in a swimming pool.
What I love about that as well is it's not just there to be a jump scare. Like you have a lot of films that like, you know, they'll have a jump scare just to scare the audience.
Yeah.
But it actually has like a story reason, like a reason to be there, because he pulls the tooth out and then the head comes out to scare him, so he drops the tooth and loses his evidence.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just again, it's so subtly done.
Yeah. But the mayor doesn't give a shit after being told, and we have a 4th of July massacre.
Because he says, "Where's the tooth?" He's like, "I dropped the tooth." It's like, "Oh, how convenient."
Which again, for a mayor who's trying to pretend none of this is happening, all tracks. Like this all makes like,
and it's great because like when they finally hire Quint and he pulls him into the hospital, he goes, "You're Mayor of Sharktown."
That sequence of the mayor knowing he fucked up is so good. Like, so he's in the hospital because the shark killed the dude right in front of Brody's kid, and Brody's kid is in shock, understandably.
Does everybody know how that scene was supposed to go?
No.
Where Spielberg was like, "I can't do this." The guy was still in the shark's mouth, and if you notice when after you see the leg, the camera goes towards Mike and then it pans away. In reality, Spielberg wanted to have the guy still in the shark's mouth, and the shark was going to go kill Mike, and the guy still in the shark's mouth holds Mike as the shark is still swimming and pushes Mike away. But Spielberg was like, "That's too graphic. I can't do that."
He was right. That had been. I mean, explain why he's in such shock.
The footage is there, and that explains why he's in shock. I mean, but the footage is there. It's out there.
Oh, they actually got the shark to work to film that then.
It's the tail. But what's great is it's an actually anatomical shark. You see the tail fin as well. I'll post our video in our chat. You guys, but yeah, it was really graphic. But what you were saying, Brian, I really enjoyed, like when he's actually signing, he holds his breath.
Yeah.
Like he's hyperventilating that he's just hired.
The actor who plays the mayor does an amazing job of like of the trauma as well, of like him going through this sort of like this traumatic thing of, oh my god, what have I done?
He was this close to killing his own kids. Like like that line of, "My kids were on that beach too," and it's like, whose fault was that, motherfucker? And it's like, so yes, so you go hire the crazy guy, the guy who's gonna be like, "I'm gonna take $10,000 and a color TV," and he just keeps like just listening shit because he's like, "I got you now. Like, what are you gonna do?"
And it wasn't a problem until his kids should have been affected by it. So
yeah, politics. But like moving a little bit quickly because we're already almost at an hour, and
I'll shut up. I gotta shut up.
We have to talk about the last, what is it, half hour of the movie?
Half hour, the last hour of the movie, which is the adventure part when they're on the high seas,
which is where the music shifts to pure like adventure music, like, almost at odds with the rest of the film, like because it's so like up, and like the rest of the movie's been very down and dark, but it's like now we're going to get it. We have a call to action. We're gonna go get that fucking shark, and this is when we finally start seeing the shark, and fuck, it's huge. It is so big.
Yeah.
The first time they see it, and like you see like Hooper's like, "That's a 20-footer," and then you just have
Quint goes 25.
Quint goes, Quint just looks and goes 25, and just basically
25, 3 tons of her. Like,
it's
that's
just
a
like,
big shark.
Yeah.
And the way like the camera's like sort of looking down, you see the shark go under the boat, and it's like almost twice the size of the boat. That is a great moment because like that does not look like an animatronic shark. So that looks like a shark.
And they do sneak in a couple shots of an actual shark, don't they?
Yeah. So there was a film crew in like a documentary, underwater documentary crew that they hired who were in Australia. Like, so they got some shots of actual sharks and stuff like that, and they basically, with the footage that they had from the actual sharks, they kind of designed sequences around that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is true or not, but I have heard that Hooper was originally supposed to die.
He dies in the book.
He dies in the cage in the book. Yeah.
Yeah. But because of the shots they got of the shark with the cage, they actually have the guy getting out of the cage because the shark got tangled up or something, and the guy comes out, and so that's in the shot they have on the cage. So then they're like, well, we'll have to just keep him alive for the end.
Yeah, in the book, the shark pulls Hooper out of the cage and then breaches with Hooper in the mouth and shit, and he gets like shaken up. And then Quint dies by drowning. Like, he just Ahabs the shark, and the shark just dies, like, from all his wounds. But
wait, because they keep shooting it with shit.
Yep.
I can't take it anymore, boss.
I'm out. But like, what I love about this last sequence is it really plays out like cabin fever. You know, you've got Hooper and Quint bickering. You've got, you know, this great scene with the Indianapolis story and tattoos and shark things.
That is one of the
we'll talk about
Indianapolis
in a second, but then everything goes away when the shark is shown, and then that night it's just yeah.
And it's like the sheer brilliance of like the shark animatronic doesn't work very well. It just doesn't. Like that. It's the pain of the times. So how do we make this thing work? How do we still make it a presence in the movie if we can't show it at all times? Well, the barrels work.
Yep.
The barrels we can drag by some fucking speedboat off camera and just make it look like the shark is super powerful.
Yep.
And it makes it this constant presence that's almost a little comical at times, because like they just kind of pop up. It's like, oh shit, here he is. It's like, but you don't know where he is because he's got so much line on him that he could be anywhere. Yeah. But it's still like, you know, he's there. And it's like, it's very, very smart of like, it keeps that tension alive, and it saves a little bit of money, which I'm sure they needed to at some point.
Right. Because
the tracking device as well, like the Hooper attaches to one of those barrels is used really well at one point, though, because you just hear the sort of like boo boo.
Well, that's when they're sharing stories. So like, all with the first encounter, you're going to need a bigger boat, and then the next scene, you know, they're at odds and they're constantly at each other's throats, and now they're sitting here sharing a meal and they're talking about war wounds, and then we get more of Quinn's character with the Indianapolis story. And I love, you guys know the story behind this, how he did 2 takes, one when he was really fucking drunk.
Yeah.
And he went, and Steven's like, am I fired? I am so sorry. And he goes, no. He goes, all right. He goes, I want to do it again. Let's do it. But like,
apparently he called him in the middle of the night, like really apologizing, saying, I'm sorry, I messed up really badly. Like, give me a chance to do it properly. And then he did it.
And that's the second one. That's the second.
It was one take the next day, I think.
Yep. And the Indianapolis story was 9 pages long. So the fact that Robert Shaw took that and made it his own, and it is so eerie, and the music during it was so good, just that eerie undertone.
It's so
great.
And then you look it up, and it's like, oh fuck, it's a true story.
It's a true story.
God damn.
What I love as well is, like, just before we get to the Indianapolis story, we've got Hooper and Quint saying, oh, look at my scars, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. There's a shot of Brody. He lifts up his t-shirt and he sort of looks down, and it's like, and it doesn't say anything. But every time I see that, I'm looking at it thinking, he was shot as a cop in New York.
Yep.
But he's not joining in. And then it's like, why is he not joining in though? What happened? How did he get shot? Because there's obviously some reason as well there, and it's so subtle.
I never took the shot. I always thought like he had like gotten something, because he's kind of like a bumbling dude. But
I always took it like he had his appendix taken out. Yeah, like,
that's the thing. Like, it could be anything. Like, I always look at it because like he used to be a cop in New York, so like maybe that's why he's now in Amity. He got shot in the line of duty, and it was just like he can't deal with that, and you know, that's why he's on this island now. And that's the thing. It could be anything. It could be his appendix. It could be that he bumped into a table one day or something. Like, it could be absolutely anything.
I always believed his, like, because he explains why he's in Amity, and it's like he can't make a difference in New York. There's just constant. But one man in Amity can make a difference. And
and that's the thing. Like, did he get that attitude from being shot in the line of duty though as well?
Could be.
And that's the thing, because you don't know that.
Or maybe he had his appendix taken out and he had to like
exactly.
He's like, I'm useless here.
It's changed.
I can't process grass anymore.
But so then we get the Indianapolis story, which is just horrible. And then
but the way that like Robert Shaw's decision to deliver that with a smile on his face,
because he does everything with a smile.
I'll
It's
never
not
wear a life
when you,
jacket
the
again.
smile is one thing, but it's the everyone's laughing, joking. He's like, "Oh, you get some girlfriend," and like just the touch on the shoulder of like,
yeah,
Yep.
this one's
You,
real.
Mr. Hooper. That's
yeah,
the
so
USS
that's the USS Indianapolis, and like that stops Hooper. Like
Yep.
you can see like the laughter, like, but it's just a slow thing of like,
Well, and even Brody,
Bro.
like, what happened? Like, he doesn't know. Like, he doesn't really know
Yeah.
what happened. And then,
He doesn't have Google,
right?
but it is just so well done. And then that's it. Like as soon as that scene's done, it's Shark City.
It's the
rest
next
of the
day,
movie.
and it's
Yeah.
no time.
Not
He's
even the next
destroying
day.
the
Like
boat.
it happens.
it's that
No,
it's
it's the
that
next day.
moment.
Every-
That's when it
everything is
starts
the next day,
ramming.
and it's all in one day.
Oh yes, that's true. Yeah.
But
yeah,
don't
it
the
starts
shark
ramming.
starts ramming them at night though?
Yeah.
because it's a night feeder as well.
Yeah.
Like we have that sort of set up early on in the.
And he did eat. He ate the light. But we get the famous shooting star.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a shooting star actually captured on film. So, but
I was gonna say, was that real then?
It was
because
real.
it just there's something odd about, and I guess it's just because it's a camera at night.
1975.
Yeah,
I do believe it's been enhanced in modern cinema to like, look, we caught it. Fucking highlight it, like, because it does have a bit of like CGI vibe to it.
streakiness to it.
Yeah, but like, I from what I understand, and Ryan just confirmed it, that's real. They did catch it, but I feel like they're like,
It would not be that pronounced. Like,
yeah,
with the
prove
tail
that
on
we
the
got
end.
it. Yeah. But the rest of the movie is straight action and intense as hell, and like you get like so much story with nothing said. Like you get that Brody is done. He's like, nope, we can't handle this thing. Our boat isn't big enough. We don't have the tools for it. We need the Coast Guard. And you get Quint, who's like, this is personal. I'm gonna fuck this shark up. I do not want.
Yep.
Quint goes full on Ahab in this,
Yep.
and that's what I love about the film. Like you look at it, knowing about like think about it as this is a modern day Moby Dick, and Quint is Ahab, and it is just like he becomes obsessed with the shark, and it's almost like telling the story of the Indianapolis brought that like more to the surface, and like I am going to get this shark for all those people who died on the Indianapolis. This is my kind of like Moby Dick. I must defeat it, and he goes a bit crazy.
Yeah, the Coast Guard will take it from me. So no Coast Guard.
Yep.
So he smashes the radio, and the boat just continues to get fucked up to the point where like, and no one talks about it. No one has this like, we're sinking. What are we gonna do? They all just look around, they read the room, and they go, "Fuck, what are we gonna do?"
And I really love that shot. It shows how it's starting to sink down. Like the bow is almost there. And
what gets me as well is the moment where Quint turns to Hooper and is like, "What can you do with this stuff?"
You
and
get
like
this
and
little
because
needle in his
it's
skin.
well it's not. It's like when with the cage and all this like kind of stuff. Like because like when they first bring that on board. He's joking. He's like, "Oh, it's a lot of crap. Like, oh, what's this shit?" But now at this point, he's like, "Right, what can we do? Like, how does this work?" And then that's when they sort of like put the cage together, and you get that like kind of like a montage, but like a 70s montage, so it's not very long of them putting the cage together. You get him like getting the whatever the poison stuff was, I forget. The
spear
and he's
thing,
like. Yeah, he's getting ready the spear, and then he puts like little cork on the end, which I always found was like really amusing. I don't know why. Just
I mean, you don't want to actually poke yourself with it.
Exactly, yeah, but there's just something like about putting a little cork on the end of it.
But then like, it's super ineffective. Like, nope, not a good idea. Like he gets to the thing, and the shark just rips that cage to shreds.
Well, it rams him, and then like the spear goes flying.
Oh yeah,
as well. Like it. And then it rips the cage to pieces because it's a shark that has been just ripping boats apart.
Yeah, and then thanks a lot, Hooper. He's just like, "Fuck this shit, I'm going home." And just you guys, good luck. I'm taking that down here.
One of my favorite parts near the end here is when he reunites with the sheriff.
Oh, with Brody,
the sheriff.
Yeah.
Is it Quint? No. But all right, so since we're getting near, or we're just about at the hour mark, and we got to wrap this thing up. We got to talk two things real quick. We got to talk the death of Quint, and we got to talk blowing up a shark. Death of Quint has stuck with me since I was a child.
Oh yeah,
that is one of the most visceral death scenes in a movie, and it's like,
and it's not just the violence. It's the
screaming.
It's the performance.
Yeah.
Like you can see how absolutely terrified he is of this shark. He's like he's flashing back to the Indianapolis. He's like, I don't want to go like that. So he's just he's fighting with everything. He grabs the machete and sticks that in the shark at one point.
He's going. He goes down fighting.
Yeah.
But then like it's we keep singing the praise in the editing and everything because you need to, but like. You think he's doing okay for a minute, even though in the back of your head, as soon as he slides towards, like, well, he's fucked. And like, he's doing okay. He's halfway in the shark. Like, it's not like it's like a quick thing. Like, it's very, very quick. It's not like it's a slow, like, oh, he got his leg, he got his foot, his knee, his thing. It's not, no, it's like he's fighting. He's in the shark. And it's like he's toast.
And then the shark just like bites down and that's it.
And then like the blood comes out of his mouth.
He kind of, he leans forward, blood comes out, but then you just cut and the shark goes out with Quint just like hanging out of his mouth and it's just deathly silent again.
Yep. And then when the shark goes in, he's got pieces of Quint in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yes, the bits of like flesh hanging from the teeth is just like when he's like smashing through the thing. It's just so it makes it feel more real. Yeah. Like because you can see like there's just this viscera hanging from the teeth and everything. It's just it's so effective.
Yeah,
it's so effective.
So effective. The blowing up a shark never been my favorite thing in this movie.
Do you know what Stephen King or Steven Spielberg said?
Mm-mm.
He goes, I had him for 2 hours. I'm blowing up the fucking shark.
I mean, that's fair. And it works. It's a crescendo. You know, it's a big explosive ending, which, you know, that works.
I love when Mythbusters tested this out. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's frigging hilarious. They actually do they build like a fake shark's face out of like foam or something like that, and they put the thing like the little tank in, and they fire an actual bullet into and it just goes flying all over the place. This thing doesn't explode. It just goes flying. But at one point, it rips the foam shark head in.
I mean, if the canister is pointed towards the back of the shark, it would still kill it. Like that's a dead shark for sure. But would it? Probably no, it would not. No. But it did. Like it reminds me of like that video from the 70s where they're like, yeah, we got a dead whale on this beach. Let's blow it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that is such a good video.
If you've ever,
I love that video.
If you've never listened to The Dollop, it's a podcast that does like history stuff. They do a whole episode called Whale Explosion. That story is so complex and absolutely hysterical. I highly recommend listening to it because it's more than just like, let's blow up this whale. It's like, we're going to prove something by blowing up this whale. And we destroyed so many cars with chunks of whales. Like it's insane. But it's
insane that nobody died.
It really is. Like people should have died.
Yeah.
It was just raining very heavy whale chunks rotting.
And they were very fucking close to it as well. Like they were way too close.
So fucking funny. But it reminds me of that. But like, it's a good crescendo. It's a good, ending. And it's
also there is like there's a line earlier on that sets up like with the tanks fall over and it's like you screw around with this, it's likely to blow up. And it is just like it's just one little line, and it just seems like an innocuous. Like it's going back to the whole idea of like setups and payoffs. Like there's so many littered through the film.
There is something in that moment that I forgot to mention earlier that I do want to mention, that it's a character thing that I think is just really, really cool, where Quint has zero patience for Hooper. Hooper can say like, hey, it's a little chilly. Like, fuck you, it's hot as hell. Like it doesn't matter. As soon as he says one thing, Quint's like, get the fuck off my boat. But with Brody, all the patience in the world.
Yeah.
He's happy to have him on the boat. So like he's like, you pulled the wrong line. And Quint's just like, hey man, next time just ask which line to pull.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's that little character thing I loved. But you're right. There's that.
I do like that. It is almost like this sort of like Quint is almost like trying to teach Brody the ropes a little bit.
It's the locals thing. It's like you are my sheriff. You are my sheriff. Like you are here to help my town. Like that's
Chief.
You are Mr. Brody. You are here.
It might be a bit of a power struggle thing too, right? Because one's trying to pull rank over the other a few times, and it goes back to until the shark eating happens. That's when they all come into their own, really, and try to fight off. But
yeah, it's cool stuff. All right. Well, we're over an hour, which we usually do on our first episode, so we're par for the course on that.
I could go longer.
Yeah, I probably could too. Like, there's so much to talk about in this thing. We skipped a lot. And I want to talk more about the roving gang at Karate Kids.
I think for this show, and we went through almost every plot point rather well.
Okay, well, if we got that from a Jaws enthusiast, then I feel pretty good about it. But Ryan, we're gonna let you go first for quotes because I'm sure you have a favorite quote, and I feel really bad if we took one of your favorite quotes from your favorite movie.
I can't do favorite. I want you guys to go. I'm being honest because then I can go. I have multiple. I could recite this whole movie. You guys go first, and then whenever you don't, I'll pick the one that doesn't because I have so many from this film. I even have one when I was drinking. Whenever I did a shot, I would always say, but I'll let you guys go.
All right. Well, then Joel, you're first.
Look, fellas, let's be reasonable. I'm not going to stand here and watch you perform some sort of half-assed autopsy on a fish and have the Kittner boy spill out all over the dock.
See, that was one.
I might have tipped my hat with the video I played earlier, but mine is definitely it's a tiger shark. Oh, what? I love it.
So I'm not going to do the whole thing.
Indianapolis Beach. Here we go. Okay, boys.
I have a section. The idea was shark comes the nearest man, and that man he start pounding and a howling and a screaming, and sometimes the shark could go away, sometimes he won't go away. Sometimes that shark he looks right at you, right into your eyes. You know the thing about a shark, he's got these lifeless eyes, black eyes like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't seem to be living until he bites you, and then those black eyes roll over white, and then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red, and in spite of all the pounding and the hollering, they all come in and they rip you to pieces. So fucking good.
Just such a captivating scene.
He does.
Yeah.
He holds that camera really well.
It's just the fact that that's one take as well, and it's just a like. You could do an hour on that scene probably easily.
All right,
you go, Ryan, because then I have to share one more thing before we're done. Just for all the love of Jaws.
I mean, there are so many great lines, and it was very hard for me to pick. But I'm gonna do two because fuck you guys.
That's your favorite movie. I'll allow it.
I always find it great when they're in front of the billboard and Hooper goes, I think that I am familiar with the fact that you are going to ignore this particular problem until it swims up and bites you on the ass. And as much as I want to say, I just, whenever I do a shot or when I was drinking it, I would always say, here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
That's a great one. So as a finale, for just another thing that whenever it comes up, it makes me laugh so hard. Another one of my favorite shows that just completely ripped off Jaws. And I wasn't going to play it, but then Matt had to go and do that. So here we go.
Zombies. Zombies.
I seen it once before in a rat, and I seen it now in men. Once one gets a taste for its own kind, it can spread through the pack like a wildfire, mindlessly chomping and biting at their own hinds. Nothing but the taste of flesh in their minds. You know the thing about a rat? It's got lifeless eyes. Black eyes like a doll's eye. Don't seem to be living at all when it come at you, till it bites you. And then the eyes roll over white. And you don't hear nothing but the screaming and the hollering.
What are you doing?
Yes.
You doing the speech from Jaws? You mean Jaws? We don't have time for this shit.
I love Dennis, just like the look of incredulity from the start. Max and they're just like, all right, where's he going with it?
Jaws has given us so much, and I really appreciate it for that. But that every time I watch that episode and it comes up, like I almost have tears in my eyes now just from it because he just fucking nails it. It's just so fucking funny. All right, we can do a very quick round of plugs, and then we're going to say goodbye. If you have been enjoying this one, be sure to tune in to the rest of these. We still got Jaws 2, 3, 4, and our shark homework episode, which will be a lot of fun. I keep being told by people that I need to say like and subscribe to our show because I always forget to say that, so I'm saying it now. And be sure to tune into our ATH podcast channel on YouTube where this lives, as well as it does on the Binge Buddies site. But on the ATH channel, we have started doing a new feature called Driving Thoughts, where me, Joel, or Brock, or anyone who has a car and wants to talk, we'll drive around and talk about things. I've been reviewing movies. Joel's been reviewing Switch 2 and pissing off people. Brock talked a lot about Twisted Metal Season 2, which was a lot of fun. So give it a shot. We have a little bit long form episodes, and then Brock's been cutting them into little shorts if the shorts are more your speed. But I've had a really good time with it. And my favorite comment so far was like, who are you and why do you matter? You're so sweet. But it's been a lot of fun. And even if people aren't watching them, they're very fun to record. And I think that's coming through so far. So please check those out. Anything else from you guys, plug-wise?
Just a little bit on the Twitch streaming side. I'm doing Baldur's Gate 3 right now. Now that I'm back from some travel, I'm picking up Sekiro again. So be on the lookout for my Twitch channel is Lolmanade with a 0 at the beginning. So if you want to check that out, that's where it'll be at.
Cool. Anybody else?
You can find me here.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you all for listening and watching, or whatever both you did. And we will see you, on the next one. I don't know how to end these things. I'm really not good at that.
I have it. So when you're about to end, just let me know. I got it.
All right, go for it.
All right. I'm talking about working for a living. I'm talking about shocking.
Now I wish I had Tracy Jordan from 30 Rock. Sharking. Anyhow,
I'm talking about working for a living. I'm talking about shocking.